Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. In my previous video I mentioned all the pros of the Moto E4 Plus. 5 pros, I mentioned 5 positives about the Moto E4 Plus, and today in this video I'm going to mention the negatives of the Moto E4 Plus, why you shouldn't buy one. So let's start this. The first one is charging. Yes, I said battery is one of the biggest positive of Moto E4 Plus, and now I'm saying charging because since it got a huge battery of 5000 mAh, it takes almost 3 hours to charge completely from 0 to 100. uh, I also tested it, but I didn't film it, so I couldn't show you that video, but it takes almost around 3 hours to fully charge the battery from 0 to 100. You charge from 15 to 20 to 100%, so it may take around 2 hours. It takes around 2 hours to 15 minutes to charge from the 15 to 20% to 90%, 95%. So though the company claims to give you a fast charger, it actually isn't really fast. It's just 10 watt charger, it's not fast charger. You get the same charger even in the Z2 Plus and the Redmi Note 4, even they are 10 watt charger. This charger is fast when compared to other 10 watt charger, but it is not really fast to call it a fast charger. So the first negative is the charging, it takes a lot of time. Okay, so the second thing is the Dolby Atmos. I said it's a positive in my previous video, and today I'm saying it's negative. Yes, because the app has a lot of bugs in it. It doesn't, as you can see, the bar doesn't fix in one position. Even if you slide it upward and once you remove your finger, it comes back to its original position, which is really frustrating. You cannot hold it and play the music for a long time. So that issue needs to be solved very soon, as you see in the video. You actually need to press the power button to fix it at one position, which isn't that comfortable to use. Also, the sound output is not very high. The sound quality is really nice, but the sound output is just average, both from the speaker as well as from the 3.5 mm jack. You don't get the sound output as you expect. Okay, the third thing is the performance of the device. Performance. The processor MediaTek 1.3 GHz, it's 6737. It's not a high performing processor, so you will face issues when playing high-end games and using heavy apps. Day-to-day usage, you will not face any problem. The interface is really smooth. The Android version helps a lot to make the phone smoother, so you'll not face any issues. But even while playing low-end games and medium games, you will not face that issue. But once you enter into high-end gaming or the gaming with games which have high graphic details, you will face a lot of frame drops, graphics lags, and all these things. So the performance is just par. Okay, it's just average, and that's the third negative. As far as gaming is concerned, this phone is not for gaming. The performance isn't really great for high-end games. Now the fourth issue, the first three are the big issues I found with my device, but the fourth and fifth one I'm just nitpicking. I just want to mention 5 reasons, so I'm mentioning these. Is the fourth? So the fourth reason is phone switches off very quickly, but it turns on very slowly. It takes, you need to wait 1 minute without seeing anything but the M on the screen. So it may not be a huge problem, but still I want to mention it in the negative. Also, this is not just related to the processor, it's also related to the software, because you all know there are many more inferior processors, but still the device boot up very fastly. So this is not just related to the processor, but also related to the software present inside the phone. The last thing, the fifth thing is, again, this is just a very small thing, but I want to mention it. Even though this phone is not for gaming, many use it for gaming, right? So after a continuous gaming for almost hour and more, you will face heating issues on the top of the screen as well as on the backside near the camera panel you have a glass area over the camera that gets hot as well. Rest of the phone, it feels very cool. It doesn't get warm at all. Only the top surface of the screen as well as the top part of the backside, that is over the glass panel of the camera, gets hot. Now don't get me wrong, but this phone doesn't heat very quickly. It takes long time. After continuous gaming for an hour or more, this phone tends to heat, or else the phone is absolutely has no heating issues at. So overall, this device is really good. It has very few minimum negatives, and has some very nice features at this price range. You can definitely check this phone if you are into this sort of budget of around 10,000 to 12,000. You can surely check the Moto E4 Plus. It's really nice phone. The only thing I want to say is, if you are into gaming, then say no to Moto E4 Plus. You don't need to look at it at all. But if you are anything other than gaming, you can surely check this out. This is really a nice device. Okay, so please check my other videos too. I already posted a positives video. Also, my gaming review of this phone will be uploaded very soon. So stay tuned to my channel. Give a thumbs up if you like my videos. Okay. Also subscribe. Yeah. Goodbye.